Mhm. For you ask, this is water. Sorry, I think people should be able to hear me now. I was saying this is water. Well, three, two, one, action. Hi, welcome back to. Hello to anyone who's going to show up in my life today. Welcome back. It is currently 2:58 p.m. Eastern Time here in the U.S. in the East Coast. And for today's live, well, as usual, I will be drawing something random while talking about what had happened to me recently. So let's get into it. Excuse me. So, what exactly has happened to me this week? Hmm. Well, a few things that have happened were that work has just been, eh, it hasn't really been stressful, but it has its moments, I will say. Um, Another thing, I have no idea how Christmas is gonna go this year. I haven't, I don't have the fondest clue, but overall, I'm hoping that this Christmas turns out okay because it is Christmas for me is sometimes a little bit chaotic and other times it's not. So, yeah, let's just say that. Also, if you haven't seen yet, I recently did a post where I was saying that I have a new sketch video coming out real soon. It's going to be coming out on Wednesday. It's going to be coming out next Wednesday, so make sure you hit the alarm button for that. Hi there. How you doing today? So yeah, so I have a new sketch video that's going to be coming out next Wednesday. Make sure you hit the alarm button to be notified, so, you can be notified when it comes out. And this is basically what I'm drawing so far. I don't know what I'm drawing so far. It's just random. Last weekend, hold on, let me show you. Last weekend I did this. Last weekend I did this. And I don't even know what this is. So, once again, we're doing some random doodles. That's all. I'm going to sub. Oh, thank you so much, Drippy. Shout out to Drippy Reggie underscore 123. Thank you so much. Mwah. Oh, and like, thank you. So yeah. Anyways, so yeah, so as I was saying, I have a new sketch video that's gonna be coming out next week on Wednesday. And when I tell you this took a minute, this took a minute because I generally did not know what exactly I was gonna draw or write about because I don't know, it's just hard. And I wanted to do something that's for the season. Sorry, for the season. So since it's around the holidays and it's around winter time here, I just decided to say, you know what? Let's do something that involves a snowman. Okay? That's the spoiler for you. That's a little spoiler. You're good at drawing. Oh, thank you so much. Well, if you enjoy my drawings, I think you'll enjoy my sketch videos. I don't know. I have a second one. Like I said, I have a second one coming out next week, but I did make a previous sketch video that's already out on my YouTube channel, so you can go and watch it and tell me what you think. But yeah, so but as of right now, the new sketch video won't be out until the 24th. So there's that. And not gonna lie, I really have so far been enjoying making drawing content on here. How old are you? I am 24. I am 24 years old. I was born in 2001. I was born in 2001, and I'm 24 years old, and I work as a chef. I work as a chef. I work as a cook at a hotel, and I've been nearly working as a chef slash cook for nearly 2 years. You look 21. I wish I was 21, okay? I wish. But, yeah. Uh, oh, I messed that up. Sorry. So, here's basically what I'm doing. I'm just doing doodles for today. So, like, here's this. I'm basically drawing like random doodles. That's pretty much it for today, while also talking about what has been going on with me throughout this week. And one of the things that did happen this week at my job is still kind of crazy. So Tuesday, I don't know why, but Tuesday, someone said one of the guests at the hotel that was staying at where I work had basically on a few times we had talked on a few occasions here and there, but they ended up saying, "I like your accent," and I was like, "What?" And they said, "Oh, wait, aren't you British?" And I was like, "I'm from America. I'm from America. I'm not from I mean, because here's the thing though, I do have my grandmother actually on my father's side. She was actually from England though. I'm not British, but she was. And yeah, she actually came from England. And yeah, I don't know. It just kind of like weirded me out, I think, because like, what do you mean I sound like I'm from England? Or I'm from England. I never even been to England, first of all. Um, and second of all, I was born and raised here in America. And yeah, I don't know why, but in my head I'm thinking, how's that possible? How is that possible for someone like me to apparently sound like they're from another country when they were born in this country or whatever country they were actually born in or live in? It's hard to explain. But yeah, um, I basically just was like, okay, well, I'll just go with it and see what happens. And not gonna lie, it was a lot. Guess who's back? Hi there, Classic Bacon 3. How are you doing today? Yeah, yeah, some people. Oh, you're from Guy. Hopefully I'm saying this right. If I'm saying the country wrong, I'm very, very, very sorry. Um, Guyana? Guyana? Am I saying it right or am I saying it wrong? Well, hopefully I'm saying it right, but if I'm saying it wrong, and I feel like I am, I am saying it wrong, aren't I? Okay, yeah, I'm saying it wrong. I am very sorry. Um, sorry, I'm saying it completely wrong. My apologies for not saying any of the names of any countries correctly. My apologies. No, you're not. I feel like I am though. That is correct. Guyon? Guyon is correct. Hmm. Well, hopefully, I'll believe you. I will believe you because I feel like I need it. I need that after a lot that has happened throughout this week. Mostly being told that mostly Tuesday when I was being called. So, hello, Classic Bacon. I already said hello to you. Hello. Oh wait, Guyana? Is it Guyana or Guy on Guyana? 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 I need to learn. I need to I need to get a globe. I need to get a globe. Wait, I have a globe. I have a globe, but it's in my closet. I have a globe, but it's in my closet, and I can't find it. That's the downside. I have a globe, like I have a globe of the Earth and all the countries' name, but I can't find it in my closet because I am what you would call a little bit disorganized. Because half the time I am just like, okay, I'll just worry about this later. And then when later comes and I can't find something, I'm just like, that's just me. I guess because here's the thing though. I feel like most times I'm the type of person who is just like, you know what? If I just set it right here for a while, by the way, this is what I got so far. Anyways, oh, it's okay if you're sleeping. You need to get sleep. Sleep's good for everybody. But yeah, but anyways, I am apparently I feel like I'm a like the type of person that like places something and I feel like everyone else might be this as well or are this. Determining on, if you're the type of person who places something here and then you're like, "Oh my God, where did I put it? Where did I put it? Where did I put it?" And then you try to remember the last place you put it, a certain object, and then you look and you're like, "Oh, it's right there. I put it there." Right now it's supposed to be my bedtime. Well, if it's your bedtime, then go to bed. It's actually kind of weird because every time I go live here on YouTube, it's either most people who are awake or it's like their bedtime already. And I'm just like, please get some sleep. You need to get some sleep. Your brain needs to get some sleep. This is what I've learned basically. Your brain basically it needs to get some sleep because if it doesn't, then you're going to end up with like not getting enough REM sleep. Your brain will most likely, and in putting in terms that I can understand, go mush. So, yeah. So you need to make sure you're getting enough sleep because if you're not, then basically you're setting up your brain for like a very tiresome day for like the next day, I think. And this is coming from someone who like took a sociology class because they needed a credit for. I won't leave unless my phone dies. What? You won't leave unless your phone dies? Oh, come on. Okay, then. I guess. I don't know. It's your choice. You are a person. You have the choice of whether or not you want to get some sleep or not. But I do hope that when you wake up the next morning though, I do hope when you wake up the next morning though, you decide to say, "You know what? I should have gotten some sleep last night." Which quite frankly is also me, to be honest. Last night I did not get any sleep until like around 11 o'clock. And I have to always wake up around 4 a.m. for my job. And let me just tell you, it is not a fun thing to do. I will say that. It is not fun. It is not fun to go to bed almost kind of late and then wake up a few hours earlier and you're just like, why am I so tired? And then you're like, oh, wait, it's because I had spent so much time last night doing this and that, being like awake, meaning like being so wired that you just, you chose not to get sleep. What's your job? I work as a chef slash cook at a hotel. I have been working there for nearly 2 years. I really do enjoy my job, I will say that. However, though, my job does come with a lot of ups and downs, meaning sometimes my job will have me paying for food that shouldn't even be coming out of my pocket. Meaning, like, so a few weeks ago, around Thanksgiving, I ended up having to pay like $70 just so that we could have meats. Do keep in mind, this was money that came out of my pocket, by the way. I had to pay around $70 just so that way we can have meats that could last until Monday's delivery. So, pretty much, I had basically paid to have food at my job that came out of my bank account, my paycheck, because, well, we apparently didn't have enough. How much do they pay? Well, it depends on like where exactly you work at as a chef from what I'm guessing. So I get $11 an hour and I work from 5 a.m. to close to 12 in the noon, 12. So that is 7 hours a day, specifically throughout the entire morning for me. And I work 4 days a week. I work 4 days a week. I work Saturdays, Sundays, Mondays, and Tuesdays from 5 a.m. to almost 12. So I'm like pretty much on a very weird sleep schedule, to say the least. And it kind of shocked me how fast it seems like Friday just kind of creeped around the corner because here's the thing though, I know that a lot of people say like, they love Friday. Friday's the best day of the week. Not for me. Not for me because here's the reason why. It's because Fridays are basically like the night before I have to get ready to go to bed because I have to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go and get some get ready for work because my shifts depending on which day, if it's like the weekend meeting Saturday and Sunday, my shifts would start from like 5:30, yeah, 5:30. But if it was the weekday meaning Monday through Friday, yes, I work Mondays like anyone else here who's watching. I work Mondays, so I still get the Monday blues like everyone else. But yeah, it is not fun to say the least. It is not fun. It is not entertaining. It is not fun. That's all. How much hours of sleep do you get? Okay, well that's determining on which exactly, like which night where you want me to specifically talk about. If it's like a work night, then um okay, Monday. Talking about for Mondays. Okay. So Monday basically since that's a work night for me, I have to go to bed like around 8 o'clock or like somewhere between 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, although pretty much I end up like passing out around 10. And then I wake up at 4 a.m. because I have to be at my job at 5 a.m. And my job is like 15 minutes away, a 15-minute drive to be specific, from I'm where I currently am a resident or live. So yeah. But if we're talking about weekends specifically, weekends I basically get like the same amount of hours of sleep, only I get like an extra 15 minutes of sleep, to be honest, because although I don't have to be there like super early, I still gotta wake up pretty early. How old are you? I am 24. I am 24 years old. And hello to Melvin. Hi, Melvin. I am 24 years old. Anyways, here's what I got now. I have no idea what I'm drawing, like I said, to be honest, but you know what? It basically, I'm gonna be doing doodles for quite a while. Let's just say that. Okay, gonna be random doodles. 24 years old, so 4 years old, so cool drawing. Oh, thank you. Yeah, so if you saw my drawing, oh, by the way, if you haven't heard, I'm releasing a new sketch video coming out next Wednesday. Okay? Next Wednesday is a new sketch video, so make sure you are subscribed and you turn on the bell notifications to see that. Because although I some have actually told me I got like some reactions, a little bit of like reactions from like my first one, and some say, "Oh, that's pretty nice. That's pretty cool." Yeah. What is your name on Messenger? My name is Dom. My name is Dom. Dom Kills. It is a name that I decided to get because I wanted to rebrand. And yep. Okay, so now I'm just gonna like sketch out with this black pencil. Who are you celebrating Christmas with? Some family members, and I thought about celebrating with some coworkers, but because there was an event coming up, but then I realized that event is on the same day as one of my family members' birthdays. So I was just like, well, sadly, I'm not going to be able to go. But before any of like that happens, I decided that I want to like wish them all a happy Merry Christmas before or happy holidays before the actual day of Christmas because Christmas is, well, it's a day to be thankful for what you do have, and any new stuff you get, I hope you treat it with, the respect of like how much someone actually has given it to you. Or my name is Dom Kills, title of my YouTube channel, although Kills is not actually my last name. Yeah, I think some were a little bit confused by the whole weird name change. I just decided to say, well, you know what? The old version was like kind of like, I don't know, I feel like it was just like not it for me. I don't know why, but I was just like, you know what? A name change when I'm gonna try out the name change. So I'm a subscriber. Oh, thank you so much, Classic Bacon. Mwah. So yeah, I just went through a little name change just because, well, I figured why not? Do you go live for fun? Yes, I go live for fun. I go live every Saturday and Sunday, but if TikTok decides to get banned again, and TikTok is like permanently banned, I will most likely be going live even on my days off. So, yeah. But that TikTok ban ain't happening until like March. So, yeah. But however, though, I can't believe like I've almost been live for a whole year because I had checked on my YouTube Studios, which is apparently something that like helps you like tell you like which specific dates you started going live or you started posting your first video. So my first video that I posted is now 6 years old, I believe. Yeah, 6 years old because I posted it in 2019, which means I've been posting on YouTube since 2019. So 6 years. Yep, I've been posting since I was 18. Can't believe it. And I've had one video recently this year have hit over 100K views, which is my very first time ever hitting 100K views on this app, specifically on YouTube. And yeah, I was born in 2013. Oh my God, you're just a baby. You're just a baby. You're just a baby. Oh my God. You're a child. I'm from Albania. Oh, that's nice. Hello, Albania. Yeah, you're just a baby. You were born in 2013. You're just a baby. Yeah, I'm sorry to say that, but it's true. I feel like that is true because um, there are now like high schoolers, from what I understand, who were born. There are now kids born in 2010 who are now entering high school, and one of them's my own cousin because my cousin, he was born in 2010, and I was just like, I can't believe he's in high school now. He was born in 2010. It's like just yesterday he was, learning his ABCs. Now he's learning his fractions, and soon enough he's gonna learn how to drive and scream at people on the road. Oh, you gotta love them. You gotta love it, but nah. The reason why I say that is just because, like, I don't know, he's just still a kid. He's still a kid. I feel like because I've been around him a few times in his life when he was much younger. Please, I'm a kid. Well, what year were you born? Here's the thing though, apparently next year in 2026, yeah, 2026, apparently anybody born in 2008, in 2008 will be 18. And I'm just like, wow. Like time is seriously passing by way too fast. That is all I can say. That is all I can say. And whole I was born 2016. I'm 9 years old. Oh my, you're not even a Gen Z. Neither is Classic. Neither is Classic Bacon. 2013, 2016, you're Gen Alphas. You're not even, oh my goodness. You're not even adults. You guys are just babies. Wait, why are children watching this? Same as my little sis. Oh. Just babies. That's all I can say. I know it sounds weird, but I'm just saying anybody here who's watching this, if you were born in 2010, you're just like a child to me. I'm sorry. And I know some of those here who might be watching born in the 2010s, like the early 2010s to be specific, who are like teenagers and all that and want to say, "No, no, no, I'm not a baby. I'm a grown up." And I'm just going to look at you and say, "You're a child." But also, I try to like make sure like my live streams like don't attract children's attention because I'm known to, on occasions, in some of my live streams or most of my live streams, say words that would make a priest blush or make a nun blush, I should say. But yeah. So please, hopefully you're watching this with adults around just in case. Okay, so here's what we got now. Oh. Here's what we got now. Yo, hello. So what do you think of this now? What do you think? Not gonna lie, if I had like the proper works, I feel like I could sell these and like sell them to make like an I don't know. Make like little coloring books out of them, like use these designs or something. I don't know. Now, let's see here. I'm gonna go in with the red, pretty much. Beautiful. Oh, thank you. Yeah, this is just overall my design, my process, where basically sometimes I well, this is just a doodle, like I said earlier in this live. This is just a doodle, okay? I wasn't trying to draw anything specific or like sketch out anything specific. I was just I was just making something because I assumed it looked good. Okay? I assumed it looked good to many, or might look good. So now I'm going at this pretty much after I get done. I said, what? What are you nervous about? What are you nervous about? Tell me. Are you nervous about winter break? Are you nervous about Christmas? Because don't worry, I'm sure Santa might give you your gifts for Christmas, okay? I'm sure that Santa will. I'm sure that Santa will. Yeah, this is abstract art, basically. This is just basically who I am. Okay? Well, this is technically my art style sometimes. I don't know why. I'm just really drawn to like this type of artwork, a lot of abstract art. I don't know why. I think it all started the first time I've ever seen a piece of art like this that a lot of people, some people said like didn't make sense, but then the more like I started learning about it, the more I just was like, eh, okay. Yeah, that's when I begin to realize, oh, sorry. Yeah, I just love it. Where are you from? Albania or America? I'm from America. I live alongside the East Coast in America, and let me just tell you, so far America has been hitting the tubes, and not gonna lie, it has not been pretty for America at all. Like I think this year has to be one of the many worst years America has experienced, and I don't know if 2026 is going to be much worse. We'll just have to wait and see, and hopefully like nothing actually bad happens. But I will say this though, Joe Biden. That's all I can say. Joe Biden. Um, Yeah, 2025. I think the only difference is that I know that there were like previous years before. Sorry, I'm also just trying to make sure I'm watching what I'm saying very carefully. But I know for a fact there has been years before where basically I obviously didn't know much about politics because when some other events had happened, either I wasn't born yet, or I was too young, or I was a child, or I was a teenager who was just like, eh. But now as a 24-year-old adult who has his own job, who makes his own money, who has his own hobbies, um, honestly, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like, wow. It's just like, wow, so this is what the whole world is like politically through the eyes of an adult versus as a child. Because as a child, you're still innocent in seeing all that go on. But when you become an adult, it's much more like hard, I guess, to understand fully, I guess, still. And you kind of feel like you're a child again, too, or something like that, because politics are just very hard to deal with, because there are so many people out there who have opinions on things or like how things should run or how things should be done this way or that way. But overall, uh, yeah. Okay, so this is what I got so far now. This is what I got. Yeah. Mm. Man, so cool. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I also will be posting this later today, so that way you can, you can see it again and comment down below what you think and what you would have done differently, and, maybe you would have done it a whole different color. Like, yeah, just, yeah, once I post this, you can go and tell me what you think and just overall, yeah. Yeah, anyways, so I already know I said this a few times during my lives, or like very, or like too much, but so earlier I said that I have a new video coming out. I have a new video coming out. Sorry, I'm leaving. Oh, that's perfectly fine, okay? Get your sleep now, okay? Mwah. Good night. Okay. Let's see. So I do have a new video coming out here, a new sketch video. Originally, I had an idea to like do, I don't know why. I wanted to like do another like vlog or something. Well, I never done a vlog. I never done a vlog. Scratch that. I have never done a vlog. I've never done a morning routine. I have never done anything like that because I generally do not know what to even like do or like what to put out or this and that. I mean, the only thing I feel like I even got close to a vlog-ish, or not really a vlog, but more like a food review, was when a couple months ago when I started my whole little Dom Kills journals. Yeah, just me trying like new foods, but yeah. And now here I am making sketch videos of drawings that either make sense or don't make sense at all. So, what was your favorite cartoon show when you were young? Okay, what was my favorite cartoon show? I had a few, but I think my most favorite, and I think I may have said this before, or maybe not, I don't know. My favorite cartoon show used to be a cartoon show called Ben 10. And if you don't know what that is, Ben 10 was an animated cartoon on Cartoon Network where basically this kid discovers an alien device that attaches to his wrist, and basically he ends up, um, well, he has the ability to turn into different aliens. And I had actually bought a lot of action figures, a lot of collectibles, a lot of alien-like Lego pieces. I wanted to call them like Lego pieces because back then they had like this I forget what it's called, but basically they were like these little pieces of like Legos of the different types of Ben 10 aliens that like you can disattach and attach the Lego piece, like the body, the head onto like the torso of the said Lego looking thing. I don't know. But I used to have one of those when I was a kid. And yeah, it was very nice. Yeah. Another show that I used to watch that I loved, but apparently I think my family thought was weird, was a show called Chowder. And Chowder was basically a show about this little purple bunny rabbit hippo. I don't know what he was. I don't think nobody knew who what he was. Um, so what made the show Chowder so interesting though, other than the fact that it was a cartoon show with a purple bunny cat rabbit thing, I don't know, is that all the characters on the show was actually named. And it wasn't until like just now that I realized, like in my adult years, that I realized this now. But all of the characters were named after something that involves with food. So like Chowder, his name was chowder, which is a type of food, and mung dal. I forget if that's like a type of dish. I don't know. But there's also Truffles, who is a fairy. Um, there's also Morning to you too. Um, there is also a character named Snitzel. Snitzel? 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 Okay. Snitzel, who's like this giant rock character. I don't know. He's like he was basically a very rock character. His name was Snitzel, and he was pretty much named after a cookie, a type of cookie, a type of pastry. And then there was Panini, who was a pink rabbit. She was the only one who I think was actually a rabbit or like a bunny. She was either a rabbit or a bunny. That's all I can say. She was either a rabbit or a bunny. She was this pink bunny, and honestly, it was just like, wow, okay. Uh, and then there was the evil Miss Endive. So, who was this giant orange character who pretty much everyone was afraid of until the final episode happened, and Snitzel had apparently married her and they had fallen in love. Yeah, that's the type of. That was one show I watched that, even to this day, I have no idea what it means. But I will tell you this though, if I ever do one day have children and they end up like wanting to know like TV shows or like cartoons I used to watch as a kid, most likely and most definitely I'll let them watch Ben 10 and Chowder, and they're gonna look at me and go, okay, so here's what we got so far. I'm almost done. When you were a kid, what games did you play? What games did I play? Okay. Um, Interesting question. So I used to, when I was a kid, I once played this game on a website at school. It was called Cool Math Games, which I know from what I'm saying sounds very cheesy, and yes, it is very cheesy. Cool Math Games was basically like a little platform for like kids to play with. To I don't know. The most fun game was like to play this weird pizza game that didn't make any sense. Where basically you had to make a pizza for this customer and just be like, "Whew, there you go." But my most favorite game to play with on that was a game called Fireboy and Water Girl. I think that's what it's called. Where basically these two characters, a water girl, a girl made of water, and a boy made of fire, basically had to travel through these tunnels, these dungeons, these temple looking backgrounds, and they had to work together to find a way to just, yeah, just escape from, I don't know. Overall, I don't really remember like which level I had even gone like furthest close to, but I will say this though, the more I'd seen the game, the more challenging it had become for me. So, yeah. Oh, and also Tetris. I used to play a lot of Tetris too. I play that game so much. See? Okay. Well, here is the final. Basically, this is like the final touch, but tell me, what do you think? Oh, so this is pretty much the final piece. Um, I don't know if anyone else can see this, but if I like turn this like right here, sorry, my phone started acting weird. It almost looks like this right here kind of looks like a ghost. Or if like if I do this, it kind of looks like something else. I don't know. I feel like when I post this, I'm gonna post it from like different angles. So you can comment down below what you think. I think this is gonna be like something that like you see a flower. Okay. Well, hey, like I said, I'm gonna post this later today. So you can comment down below and tell me what you think. I'm like I said, I'm gonna post this at like four different angles, I want to say, four different angles. So you can tell me what you see, you can tell me what you don't see, you can tell me like what looks like what. Because like I said, my artwork is very abstract, so sometimes this doesn't make sense, but half the time when something like this does happen, I like the way how like the outcome comes out, I guess. But yeah, so here's today's final touch. And yeah, and like I said, I will be posting this later today, so make sure that yeah, you if you want to know, I usually post this around 4 o'clock, so like in 15 minutes, I guess. I don't know. My phone is about to die. Well, sorry about Well, I'm sorry for your phone. Go and charge it then. But also, I am going to be getting off live now. But I will be live again tomorrow. Okay, I will be live again tomorrow. I usually go live around 3 o'clock Eastern time, so 3 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure you hit that bell notification. Make sure that you are also subscribed. If you are a new subscriber, make sure that you subscribe to this channel. And also, if you like this live, please hit the like button wherever it is. And also, like I said, don't forget to turn on bell notifications for when I go live tomorrow. I always go live every Saturday and Sunday. And like I said, I'll also have this posted later today, so that way you can, comment down below and tell me what you think. What would you have done differently? And tell me what you see, because this one's playing like, I guess, with like your mind or something, but yeah. But anyways, thank you all. Thank you to everyone for showing up on my live. I will be live again tomorrow, so make sure like I said, make sure you hit that bell notification. I usually go live around 3 p.m. Eastern time. So, yeah. But until then, take care, stay safe, and I promise I'll see you tomorrow. I will be live tomorrow, okay? Okay. And as always, take care and stay safe. Okay? Mwah. Also, if you're new here, I always blow a kiss to the camera when I leave. So, thank you again. Take care and stay safe. Mwah. Bye.